Welcome to today's video on benfotiamine, diabetes, and nerve health. It's a reality that haunts approximately half of all people living with diabetes, the unsettling prospect of developing diabetic neuropathy, a form of nerve damage that can cause distressing changes in sensation, particularly in the extremities. This complication not only brings numbness and pain in the arms and legs, but also dampens the vibrancy of life, casting a shadow over day-to-day activities and overall well-being, due to constant fear of falls, infection, and amputation. But a number of scientific developments are offering hope, including benfotiamine. So today we'll explore benfotiamine, what it is, what it does, and what the science says about its potential to combat diabetic complications. Make sure you subscribe to Diabetics Talk for more practical diabetes information. If you find this video useful, hit the like button, plus stick around to find out how you can get 3 free gifts. Okay, let's get into it. What is benfotiamine? Benfotiamine is not a magic potion or standard medication. Rather, it's a scientifically developed version of thiamine, also known as vitamin B1. As humble as it might seem, thiamine is vital for fighting diabetes and preventing nerve damage. But as we'll discuss, many diabetics have dysfunction in this area. With diabetic neuropathy, nerves become damaged due to long-term high blood sugar. This is particularly true for the long parts of the nerve called axons, and the protective covering around the nerve called the myelin sheath. Think of your nerves as a communication system. The axons are like the wires that carry messages, and the myelin sheath is the insulation around those wires. Diabetic neuropathy can damage both the wires and the insulation. Vitamin B1 or thiamine is vital to transport proteins that are important for nerve tissue synthesis. Research shows that a large dose of B vitamins can have positive effects, even if a person doesn't have a vitamin B deficiency. In fact, studies have looked at doses up to 1,000 times the daily requirement, finding significant pain-relieving and nerve-supporting effects. These effects are related to pain sensors and pain-inhibiting mechanisms in the central nervous system. Essentially, B vitamins can indirectly affect the production of certain chemicals in the brain, such as serotonin and gamma-aminobutyric acid. They have also been shown to support nerve regeneration. So it's about blocking pain, but also repairing nerve damage. Both of these are incredibly important for diabetics, whether you already have serious nerve damage or not. However, vitamin B1 or thiamine is a hero with limitations. It's found naturally in foods such as whole grains, legumes, nuts, meat, fish, and some vegetables, but unfortunately the human body struggles to effectively absorb thiamine in its natural form, with bioavailability being low. This term, bioavailability, refers to how much can be absorbed and used by our body. In best case scenarios, only about 4 to 6% of ingested B1 gets utilized. It's a water-soluble vitamin, meaning it isn't stored in the body, and is quickly eliminated through urine. It requires specific conditions in the intestines to be absorbed effectively, which is reduced with diabetes. Compounding these problems, thiamine absorption can be hindered by certain compounds in tea and coffee, which many people drink, and cooking or refining foods leads to thiamine loss as well. Furthermore, alcohol consumption is believed to interfere with thiamine absorption and increase elimination, leading to even lower levels for many diabetics. So despite its immense potential, thiamine's usefulness is restricted by its poor bioavailability. Enter benfotiamine. Benfotiamine, the lab-created version of thiamine, was designed to solve these very issues. It is a fat-soluble derivative of thiamine, which means it can dissolve in fats and oils, enabling it to be absorbed more effectively by the body. In fact, research shows that benfotiamine is absorbed up to 3.6 times more than its water-soluble cousin. Consequently, a larger amount of this vital nutrient can reach the bloodstream and tissues where it's needed most. With enhanced absorption, benfotiamine has the potential to benefit biochemical reactions within nerve cells. First, it helps the nerve cells produce energy more efficiently. When nerve cells have sufficient energy, they function better and can potentially reverse or prevent further damage. In real-life terms, this can decrease numbness and tingling. In addition, benfotiamine is thought to counteract a harmful process called glycation. When blood glucose levels are consistently high, such as with diabetes, glucose attaches to proteins in the body, including those in the nerves. This process forms harmful compound called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which damage nerves. Think of it like a sticky residue that slowly hardens, transforming the delicate wiring of nerves into brittle structures. Benfotiamine is believed to interfere with the formation of these AGEs, with a 2018 study showing that it reduced advanced glycation end products by up to 40%. As a result of this multifaceted action, people may experience an improvement in their neuropathy symptoms and a better quality of life. Before we get into the research and specific benefits of benfotiamine, how about those free gifts? Discover an entire world of diabetes-fighting foods with our new book, 10 Incredible Foods That Reduce Blood Sugar. Plus, you'll discover the real reason why type 2 diabetes, obesity, and heart disease are increasing at an alarming rate, and find out what really works when it comes to preventing these illnesses by watching our free diabetes fighting documentary. Plus, get a free recipe book, Amazing Alternatives to Rice, Pasta, and Bread, which contains over 50 delicious and easy to prepare recipes that the whole family will love. These gifts are free and waiting for you to grab them in the description box below. Now back to our video. A number of animal and human studies have been conducted on benfotiamine, looking at markers of its effect on tissues as well as clinical trials in humans. A 2011 study on rats published in the Journal of Diabetes Investigation looked at the effects of benfotiamine on diabetes-related tissue damage. In diabetes, increased oxidative stress causes tissue damage, impairing organ, cell, and nerve function, which explains why diabetes can lead to blindness, heart disease, kidney disease, and more. After 4 months of benfotiamine treatment, researchers examined tissues in the eyes, kidneys, and hearts of the rats, finding reduced oxidative DNA damage and the upregulation of protein called P300, which plays a role in gene expression, essentially protecting against damage. Rat studies are particularly useful for understanding at cellular level what different treatments are doing, but how about with humans? A 2005 study investigated the effects of benfotiamine on diabetic neuropathy in humans. The study included 40 patients with type 1 or type 2 diabetes who were also suffering from neuropathy. Participants were divided into 2 groups, one receiving 200 milligrams of benfotiamine per day for 3 weeks, and the other receiving a placebo. The results showed a significant improvement in the neuropathy score of those who took the benfotiamine, most notably for reducing pain. Pain is one of the most disruptive aspects of neuropathy, so these results were encouraging. A longer 12-week study titled Benfotiamine in the Treatment of Diabetic Polyneuropathy looked more deeply at the effect of benfotiamine combined with vitamin B6 and B12. The results of the study showed a significant improvement in nerve conduction velocity in the group of patients who received the benfotiamine combination. In simple terms, the treatment group experienced a noticeable improvement in their ability to sense vibrations. Other tests showed that not only did the ability to sense vibration improve, in some tests it also improved the speed at which participants felt the nerve signals. Why is this important? Imagine you're trying to walk down a flight of stairs. When your nerves are functioning well, they help you maintain balance and coordinate movements, allowing you to navigate the stairs safely. However, in people with nerve damage, it can lead to difficulties in walking, unsteadiness, and an increased risk of falls. By improving nerve conduction velocity, people with diabetes may experience enhanced coordination, better balance, and improved sensations, making activities like walking, climbing stairs, and performing daily tasks safer and more manageable. Research shows that generally, when people experience a first fall, their broader health tends to deteriorate quickly. So, protecting balance and coordination through whatever steps possible is vital for quality of life. For example, a 2012 study finding that about 1 in 10 falls results in serious injuries such as hip fracture, subdural hematoma, or traumatic brain injury. Older adults who experience a fall are at an increased risk of subsequent falls, as well as other negative health outcomes. Exercise, muscle health, and nerve health are key for preventing falls and building resilience to bounce back if it does happen. Now, let's look at dosage. Earlier studies looked at around 200 milligrams per day of benfotiamine. However, the standard dosage has increased to between 300 milligrams and 600 milligrams per day. In a 2008 clinical trial, participants were given either 600 milligrams per day, 300 milligrams, or a placebo. The group receiving the higher dose had a significant improvement in their symptoms compared to the placebo group. The group receiving the lower dose also showed improvement, although it was slightly less significant. The higher dose of benfotiamine was particularly effective in reducing pain symptoms, and the positive effects increased the longer the patients took the medication. Finally, so how safe is benfotiamine? A number of clinical trials have indicated that benfotiamine is well tolerated with few side effects. Some people may experience nausea or upset stomach, but these are rare and typically temporary. But of course, if you're considering trying benfotiamine, as always, it's important to consult with your doctor first, because while it's generally considered safe, your doctor can provide personalized advice based on your specific health needs and medical history. We hope you found this video useful. Benfotiamine is one that we're often asked about, and given the importance of vitamin B1 for diabetes and the lack of bioavailability in its natural form, benfotiamine potentially offers a good supplement option to protect against and potentially reverse nerve damage that comes with diabetes, to be part of a broader strategy of healthy eating, exercise, and other factors we discuss in our videos. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions or experiences. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell button. And don't forget, you can claim your free gifts by clicking the link on the description below or visiting diabeticstalk.com. We want to keep making informative, research-based videos for you. So if you gained value from this video and would like more of it, you can send us a super thanks by clicking the thanks button at the bottom of the video. We're Diabetics Talk, and it's our mission to bring you the best tips and tricks to help you fight obesity and diabetes. Thanks for watching. We hope you're having a diabetes fighting day.